One of the best road circuits in the world, in my opinion. And if you watch last night's Elite League, then you can tell how difficult this track is. We lost, and remember, those guys are in the Elite League, and we lost several drivers, and that we had 2 punctures. It was one of the most incredible races you'll ever witness. So it's on this channel, so I suggest you go back and watch that one after you've watched this one, of course, because this one is going to be just as fraught and just as entertaining. As we're going to start off with qualifying in just a few ticks, but before we get that, let's just take a look at I don't believe, I think we got one quali ban, I think, but yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out what that is in a second. We got 19 drivers ready to go, but before we get into any of that, let's just go through the official standings then of the Super League. At the top of the table is still Blaz at the moment. Of course, Blaz has been a completely changed man this year in the league race, and he's similar to like a Jensen Button kind of thing. The only difference is that Jensen Button had a really good car in 2009, whilst Blaz has just really upped his game. So you would say that that's probably even more impressive than what JB did back in 2009. But Blaz leads the championship, albeit now it's only 9 points between himself and Prize Kumquat, who had an incredible drive last time out in Hungary. Looked incredibly strong at the front of the field. In third position, we have not that bad. Of course, he is 42 points behind, so it looks like it's turned into more of a 2-horse race than for the at the top of the standings. Of course, in fourth position we have Rockatoni, of course, who is representing 2 leagues, the Elite and the Super. So he's in fourth at the moment. We've got Hunter in 5th position, Matt in 6th position, 7th is Dan Murphy, Roscoe 8th, 9th position is Himcar, and 10th is Stio, of course. And just outside the top 10 in 11th position we have Asdog, Dave Shaw in 12th position, Physico 13th, Kingsburg 14th, we've got Double 15th, Sven in 16th, Steve Penny in 17th, Snap 18th, Koga 19th, and 20th is Broke Gorilla, of course, making only his 2nd appearance in IRC. So good luck to Broke Gorilla. It looks like we're going to have a full grid, so this is going to be awesome tonight. And before we get into qualifying, let's just take a look at the constructors table, which we have at the moment, which is not surprising really with the team they got, but it is Force India, who is currently top of the tree in the constructor standings and got a massive 91 point lead over the 2nd place Mercedes, and Mercedes got an equally strong team as well. They got Matt and Murphy, who have done a very good job. Of course, this is Murphy's debut season in IRC, and he's right up there, isn't he? So good stuff from Murphy. In 3rd position is the Toro Rosso duo of Snap and Blaz. And then 4th is McLaren with Steve and Roscoe. Then we have Haas of Asdog, Himcar. 6th is the Renault team. That's not that bad in Broke Gorilla. Of course, Broke Gorilla is, of course, again, only just started. So hopefully we see him go from strength to strength tonight. And then we got 7th position is the Ferrari team, my own team. The reason why they're so low is because the fact that a certain Ginger couldn't finish races earlier on in the season. So in 10th position, they now got Koga, but Ferrari now got Kogat in 7th position. Physico is in 8th, so that's the Williams parent of Physico and Kingsburger in 8th position. 9th position is the Red Bull of Dave Shaw and Sven, and 10th is the Sauber of Penny and Double. So that's the constructors and the drivers' championship then. So things have finally poised then in the world of the championships. Maybe not in the constructors, but definitely so in the drivers. It's seen 9 points then, so it's 25 points for a win, and then it's 18 for 2nd. So potentially, so yeah, we're gonna have a great fight on our hands then between the top 2. This is a driver's circuit. This is so expect to see both of them at the top of the top fighting, but we said last night, this track is definitely can cause a few spectacular crashes. I mean, I couldn't believe we had two punches last night, and of course one of them was suffered by Slim, unfortunately, in the Ferrari, and that was a huge problem because it also took up the McLaren driver of Jamie. So that was massive was a massive blow. So really a really big shame that was, as that puncture, of course, and also we had another puncture as well with the one of the debutants of a Far also getting a puncture as well last night. Really, we think it might have been because of debris, because there was debris all over the circuit last night. It was incredible. Yeah, so it was a Vanquish, of course, took the win last night in a fine style. Oh yeah, I should have said spoiler alert there, shouldn't I? If you haven't watched the race yet, spoiler alert. But yeah, I would recommend going back and watching it, because it was anything but a straightforward race, and it was brilliant to watch. Very well skilled from all those guys out there. So we've got a healthy grid in the elite, and we've got a very healthy grid here tonight. Look at that, 20 drivers. So as we just get into this qualifying session now, we're just taking a look at the beautiful Spa circuit. We're here in the Ardennes Forest. Of course, weather will cause, over the years, the weather has caused some major difficulties for all drivers here. As now we're just getting into the session now. And at the moment it's dry. So yeah, to be honest, that was kind of the first thing that we was going to keep an eye on, is whether it was going to dry wet. So we've got 3 qualifying sessions. So as normal, but for anyone that's new today, let's just go through the rules of qualifying. So 3 qualifying sessions: Q1, Q2, Q3. The first qualifying session is 18 minutes long. Second qualifying session will be 15 minutes long, and third qualifying session is 12 minutes long. Of course, the reason why the times were altered slightly, because if you've been if you've been a fan for F1 for quite a while, you will remember that the qualifying used to be 10 minutes, I think. But because of a track like Spa, for example, which is the longest on the calendar, then it takes so long to get around. And that's why they extended it to 12 minutes. So you're guaranteed to have 2 runs, not just 1. And out of the pit is a Renault. Flying out of the pit is Broke Gorilla, of course, making his debut in Hungary last week. As we seen some of the comments he made after the last race, where he had a problem with setup. So I think of course it was his debut in IRC, so obviously John's making a debut in a new league. It's always very nerve-wracking, and also had problems with setup, the car handling, the balance of the car just didn't feel right. So he's coming out today in the number 22, I believe, Renault, coming up to Lake Holm. There's a lovely onboard footage of the Renault. So we've got Physico out in the Williams as well, and it's him cars. So you can see we've got quite a few. Well, we haven't got quite a few cars out yet, but we will have. It's going to be a very busy track, because this is the longest on the calendar. You don't expect many traffic problems, but they will find each other, because they always do. So as a Broke Gorilla is on the soft compound tyre, we'll go through the compounds that are available on this session in just a few ticks. But yeah, Broke Gorilla had awful difficulty with the car balance last week in Hungary, and I think he also said he did go the wrong way on strategy. But that just shows how difficult the strategy is, because I thought that at the time that was probably the best strategy to go for. Of course, he went for a 1-stop, but he went for the ultra softs to the medium tyres, possibly. It's been a long week, I must say, as we're now coming up to Blanchimont now. As whoa, going off the track there, Broke Gorilla. So I think he's just obviously testing to make sure that he's got enough grip and tire temperature in those soft tires. Because as we touched on the tire situation, we got the super soft, the soft, and the. As Matt has left the session, that's not a good sign, and I'm wondering why that is. I don't know, he might be sick of my commentary. As we're now coming into last source, and to be honest, yeah, it must be sick of the old Forester voice. But I would fit in quite well in Belgium, I reckon, because they are surrounded by trees, and that is my natural habitat. Coming up to now Eau Rouge and into Radion there. Look at that. As a Broke Gorilla did go over the, and he did invalidate his lap, so it's so easy to do that. So Broke Gorilla, who's on the soft tyre, didn't unfortunately invalidate his lap, so he'll have to go around again. But luckily he's on the soft tyre, so he can have another crack at it. On the super soft tyre is Physico and the Williams. Look at that, blasting up out of Radion now. Coming up to the Kemmel Straight, we've got a yellow flag in sector 1 and 2. I think that's just Gorilla just slowing down a bit. Yeah, because there is yellow flags on board again with the just the inside of the just to the right hand side of the headrest there. And coming, oh, and Physico there. Look at it. That's how challenging this track is. You've seen it. And whoa, we've had a big accident, and I think it's because we're leaving the section. So, yep, don't worry, I was a bit too premature there. 1 second whilst we get this all set up again. Well, that was short-lived, wasn't it? You can see then we're just getting ready for the second session now. As do you want to say, I should really learn to read the comments during the race, but you know, I get so wrapped up in what's going on. Let's see what's going on there. So yeah, it's, well, that was a good. To be honest, really didn't really miss much. That's why, because there's a realistic performance, so we're going again. It's quite difficult to set up these lobbies, I must admit. I've only ever set up one during a league race, and my gosh, the pressure is just unreal. I won't be able to do it week in, week out. Blimey. Because there's a lot of things you got to remember, because of course you can see then as we did start off with formation that before I had awful issues, and of course we've got to get full qualifying. We've got to make sure that the cars are, make sure the vehicle damage is sim, and all sorts going on. So yeah, it's a very difficult thing to remember about doing all. So yeah, it's no easy task to set up these lobbies, mind, as yeah, we're just getting ready for the take two. This is so yeah. Of course, we didn't miss anything. We was just going through. We seen Gorilla and Physico just starting our attack laps, and Gorilla made a mistake at Radion, and I think and also Physico made a mistake at the top of the hill as well, just after Lake Hom, I think it was. So yeah, I think yeah, so I think that those guys are going to be pretty happy with starting again. So that means they haven't wasted a set of tyres, and yeah, I think the drivers are just asking for a stream. To be honest, you would think that after all this time of me doing this, you would expect that I would have learned by now. As yep. So we're just waiting for the other guys to come in. So whilst we're waiting for the other guys to come in, hopefully, let's just make sure I have put the right stream on. I have. Sweet. Yeah. So let's just go through. There's a lot of fantastic races in Spa. As if you joined us for the coverage last night, you heard that we listed off quite a few, didn't we? In just like a short time. Of course, I think there's a lot of people when a lot of people think of Spa, they think of that incredible accident in 1998. Well, not even that. It was just that incredible race, one of the best, the most craziest races you'll ever see in Formula One, and it was amazing, really was. And yeah, 98 was an incredible race, a very wet race. For some reason, in 98 they decided to start the race. In 97 they decided to start the race beyond the safety car when there was rain at the beginning. It was tropical rain, I think, in 97, and before drying out. But in 98 they decided to not start the race on the safety car and just go straight at it. And of course, Coulthard, I think, kind of spun his wheels up and went onto the inside of the corner, and then just coming out of the last source, and of course an almighty pilot. And I think one of the scenes I remember is Ricardo Rosset just ploughing straight into the into these cars. Oh, it was how no one got hurt was unreal. I think there was a couple of bumps and bruises. I think Barry Kello grazed his leg, because I remember seeing some blood on his overalls there, and I think Irvine also got had a bit of a bump and a bruise as well. But yeah, it was incredible how all those guys, none of those guys was seriously hurt, and it was a miracle how no one got hurt in the stands as well. Amazing stuff that was. But yeah, it wasn't just that. It was Michael Schumacher going to the back of Coulthard, of course. Yeah, looking back on that, it might have cost him the championship, but God, it was a lot of there was that incredible scene where Schumacher was just racing down the pit lane and challenging Coulthard to a bit of fisticuffs. But yeah, of course, DC had his helmet on then anyway, so yeah, if I was DC, I would have felt really happy actually in the McLaren garage with my helmet on. Unless he's got a really powerful punch, Schumacher has. I don't think that would have caused DC too many problems. And of course, it was a Jordan 1-2, Jordan's first ever victory. Damon Hill, of course, his 22nd victory of his career, and probably one of his better drives that was as well. Of course, up to Schumacher went to the back, he was looking very dominant, wasn't he? In the way, because Schumacher was the race master. As you can see, as the drivers are getting very excited by the looks, as they can't control their fingers, as we're flashing it off, as we will be getting going in a second. As yeah, so 98. So yeah, that was just 98. 98. We had a major crash with, I think it was one of the minorities on the Shinji Nakano Esteban Tuero, where Fisichella went right into the back. That was a scary accident. I think John Lacey was third in it, and the Sauber completing the podium. Amazing stuff at Grand Prix was. As we are now getting into the session, so we'll see some racing in a minute, because hopefully I won't turn you viewers off by watching by basically me listening talk about sort of the good old days. Of course, more recently in the Belgian Grand Prix, we had that incredible accident in 2012, of course, where Alonso, Grosjean, both Saubers, Hamilton, and where Grosjean just basically lost control, plowed onto the back of Hamilton. That is a scary crash, as you can see when we was on board with Alonso. It was incredible. Of course, when Grosjean got a one race ban, which I think is that was one of the first race bans we've had in modern Formula 1. Last race ban before that was, I think, Mika Hakkinen back in '94. So it was a very long time ago. We're now back, and we're now ready to go again for this is Q1 again. So yeah, we're starting fresh, and we're just waiting for the first cars to come out. Hopefully they ain't going to be too long, of course, because this qualifying is quite condensed now. So 18 minutes is not a very long time, especially around this circuit, the longest circuit on the calendar, as we mentioned before. And yes, so because so that was 2012. Because 2014 also infamous as well. I think we got a Renault bursting out of the pit. We have, so it's like deja vu it's literally deja vu. It feels like we've watched this before. There's a Broke Gorilla now comes out of the pit. You can see, look how tight the pit exit is here. As we got a Haas out right behind Broke Gorilla as well. As you can see, look at that, they're weaving already, trying to get some tire temperature into the tires. So the tyre selection is, we got the super soft, the soft, and the medium. As we're on board now, Broke Gorilla, of course, making his debut last time out in Hungary. A very difficult track to make your debut as well. Hungary is very hard to overtake, very technical, very twisty. It's not for the faint-hearted. And then you go to a track like this. So he's gone from a very technical, slow circuit to a very high-speed, proper commitment track. So so we're looking, it's gone from one extreme to another, hasn't it, really? Because these are more the old European tracks, isn't they? Spa's been on the calendar for a very long time, but it's had a bit of a patchy run with Formula 1, hasn't it? Because I think they dropped off the calendar in 2006, 2003 it was off the calendar as well, and 2000 and I think it's 2006 was the last time it was off the calendar, actually. So I think as we're on board now with Gorilla, as he's going to be the first one to have a crack at the times, have a crack at a lap time around here. So see now coming into Blanchimont here, we got a yellow flag, and oh my gosh, and that's Broke Gorilla who's gone out. I'm not sure what happened there. He just went straight on, and he is out of the qualifying, and that is a huge accident. You can see, look, you don't just crash here. It's not a little crash when you crash around here. It's mega. As we're watching Hunter come out of the pits now, I think that is big blow for. That's a big blow for watching Asdog now, and that's a Williams in front of him. But I think it's a Williams, or I hope it's a Williams, unless I'm going colourblind, which I might be. No, it wasn't even a Williams, I don't think. We're not watching Physico then. So Broke Gorilla is out of qualifying already, so he's going to start 20th and last. So that is, as we were saying before, it's not just you don't get little accidents around you, you get big accidents. Look at that, look how twitchy it's coming up to Eau Rouge and through Radion. It's coming down the Camel Straight. It's a fine balance there, and we are a lot of cars had issues with that in yesterday's race in the Elite, so we're expecting the same here again tonight. But of course, it's always been the same, hasn't it? I think the Eau Rouge is a bit extreme on this game. Maybe I'm speaking out of turn here, but I think Eau Rouge is a bit more. I think in the actual F1 cars, it's not as hard as it is on this game. As we're on board now with Physico. in the Williams. And the Williams Mercedes, powered by the Mercedes powertrain. As they're coming down the Pouillon now, look at that down left-hander. This race is such an adrenaline rush here. As we've already got bets in the comment section on who's going to win it first. Charlie is saying, as we got Toro Rosso, as Dave is going to be the first one to win it apparently. Well, hopefully not. But I do need some company up here, so yeah. So that's either if Dave does win it, it's a shame, but then I will have some company. I'll have some expert analysis as well, as we're now coming through Blanchimont now and coming into the bus stop chicane. Of course, the bus stop chicane was remodeled back in 2006. And, I'm not really a fan of this new bus stop chicane. I do prefer the old one, as you might have heard me say last night. You probably can guess my age, really. That I do enjoy more of the as Fisico goes fastest on a 1:45.2 at the moment. Of course, he's the first man to cross the line. Just having a look, see Blas though a 1:43. Of course, we said he's a changed man this year. He's on 1:43.1, 1:43.4 for Asdog, down in 11th in the championship at the moment. So hopefully Asdog will get the double. Of course, there's Himcar's out. Yeah, that's not good. Himcar is out of the session. I know someone had a qualifying badge once. That just shows how much. That just shows that I'm prepared as always. Sven goes at 5th fastest. Himcar has left the session. That's not good for Himcar. Not that bad. It's only 6th at the moment, so I think he would like to go again. That is, I wouldn't say that's not great, to be honest. Not really that bad. Run board not bad now, so he's going to have another whirl at it now. We got Matt, who's just cruising around at the moment out there, just trying to get out of people's way. What about Roscoe as he comes across the line? He is about to start his lap. He is. And we've got a Mercedes in the background of Murphy. So we're now watching Devan. Devan, of course, also was making his debut last week as well in the Force India. There's you see a bit of twitching as he comes over the line now. So what does Devan do? Of course, there's a very long lap around here, 1:47. You can see that is Devan and Sven, who's done on Murphy. No, Hunter, sorry, goes up into 2nd position, and so Hunter up into 2nd position. It's a very busy pit lane out there. We're going to watch Snap now in the Toro Rosso. Up into where is he coming in? So Snap has done a 1:45 here. Good time there from Snap. Great time from Snap. He's up into 6th position at the moment. A very solid time. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1. Of course, we've already lost we've already lost 2 drivers, and that's Broke Gorilla and Himcar. Himcar has left the session, so hopefully he'll come back in. You can see the marshals are going to be going to earn their money today. I can assure you. You can see we've got a lot of casualties out there already. We're now watching Roscoe in the McLaren, the orange McLaren here. So now he is coming into Blanchimont now, and you can see there is Blanchimont here. Verstappen had a great overtaking manoeuvre there on the outside back in 2015 of Ericsson, I think it was. I just remember seeing a blue car, so I reckon it might be Ericsson. Roscoe comes across the line. Now the line is quite early, so he comes across the line now, and Roscoe goes up 9th fastest at the moment. Remember, we're only aiming to lose the bottom 5 drivers as Matt now starts the lap. Kogut is now coming into the front section. I just came out Paul Ferrer there. Of course, we had a massive, almighty accident there last night between MWB and Renault. Gosh, terrible. Oh, it only gets worse, unfortunately, as well. So yeah, my memory's quite bad now. Just think of when I get older. What the Kogut comes across the line, and he's gone 12th fastest. Kogut is in the 2nd Ferrari. His teammates up in the 3rd. Kogut is at 12th, of course. So he's just getting his eye in this league, and we're expecting big things from prizes out of the pits now. Of course, Kumquatu's 2nd in the championship mode. He just let one of these Ferraris by, and now I thought I was one of the Ferraris going off there, but no, I might just put my eyes playing tricks on me. There's now on board at Kingsburg. Then of course now coming up to Orouge, now into Radion. Now this is such an interesting corner. I think if you want so many massive accidents there as well. I can name a few off the top of my head. Of course, Magnussen, where the impact was so severe, his headrest came off, which was incredible. Then we also had Jacques Villeneuve and Ricardo Zonta. There was a story going around that apparently they were betting each other to go through Eau Rouge flat out, because back then the 99 cars were a lot more nervy and twitchy, weren't they? But that was incredible stuff, of course, in both the British American racings. But Matt goes into 11th position now in the Merc. We're on board with as Koga is out, and that's not. Is he retired? I think he's actually out as well. There he is. No, that's Hunter. Oh dear, I'm having a lot of Murrayisms in this opening qualifying. I've only been in it 10 minutes. Blimey. Yeah, I have a feeling that my P45 is coming through the post tomorrow. Now coming out of Paul Ferrer now is on board. Kingsburg getting very wide there, and that's Price getting out of the way as well. Of course, Price second in the World Championship at the moment. His championship rival is right up there, 4/10 in front of, not that bad. As double goes up into 9th, I think it was. Snap is also out of the session, and I think he's also put it in the wall somewhere as well. And now we are expecting to lose 5 drivers, but unfortunately I think we're now only going to be expecting to lose as Kingsburg goes 9th fastest in the Williams. And who else then are we on at them? So Steve is now starting us up. We got Dave Shaw just coming out, and Price there is then a 10-minute lap there. So I think he took the scenic route. I think he was going around the old track there. So we're going to watch Dave Shaw now coming into Blanchimont here. As now he's coming to the bus stop there, going a bit wide there, Dave is. As now he comes into the bus stop now. As we got a yellow flag out there. So we've lost Snap, we've lost Kogat, we've lost Broke Gorilla, and we've lost Simcar. We're expecting to lose one more in this session then, as Dave goes 18. I don't think he must have invalidated his time there, so he's going to go again now. So here he comes, and coming down to Eau Rouge and Radion. Then we're going to join Steve in a minute. Sorry, Dave in a minute. We're going to join at Steve now, though. Steve is coming now through the fast final sector here. You see Urs is being deployed at maximum there. The wheel on the ground there from Steve in the McLaren there. Coming now into the bus stop chicane. And what time is he going to do then? Of course, remember, these guys probably want to run and then save their tyres. They don't want to use any more tyres than what they have to at this stage. He's looking at 143, 144, very early 144 there from Steve. He jumps right up to 5th, so he's the first man in the 44s, and then above him is all in the 143s. So good time there from Steve. Yeah, I think that was a good sight as well. And Dave Shaw is just taking the scenic route coming down to Pouillon. So we're on board with Prize now. Of course, Prize likes to play some games in the qualifying session. And I think David's just cruising out there at the moment. So he might. I think he's just trying to recharge his earth, and Prize is also looks like he's trying to recharge his earth as well. They've got 6 minutes to go. That is not a long time around this track, not long at all. So we've gone from. Remember, in Austria, it was just like a 1 minute and 4 second odd lap. Around here, look at that, 1:43. That is a massive time difference, isn't it? As and Dave Shaw's looking the wrong way there at the moment. So I think he was just trying to get out of someone's way, but he looks a bit wingless there. Red Bull gives you wings, but I think that Dave might be looking for those wings at the moment, because unfortunately he's got a damaged end plate. Well, look, now watching Price. Now enjoy this lap with Price. He's not in full power just yet. Coming out of Radio now, coming down the Kemmel Straight. DRS is available, and now coming up to Les Combes. Of course, one of my favourite memories about Les Combes, of course, Hill and Schumacher '95, one of the best races you'll ever see. Schumacher coming from underlined his superiority, didn't he? Schumacher did in '95. Showed just how good he was as well. He stayed in front of Hill when he was on the dry tyres, I think, and Hill was on the wet tyres. So they was on different tyre compounds, and somehow Schumacher kept Hill at bay. Incredible stuff. I must admit, I wasn't much of a Schumacher fan. I was more of a Schumacher fan when he returned to Mercedes, but until then I was like, of course you have to support the Brits, don't you, sure, Brett? I certainly did. I was a big David Hill fan, big David Coulthard fan. I liked Eddie Irvine to a certain extent, because he was wearing red. He was like, yeah. I'm a Mercedes fan, me. As I have 1:15.3 in the second sector now for Prize. As he's now coming into the final sector now, and he's coming through Blanchimont now. course, an almighty accident with Bertie and Irvine there, 2001. Scary accident as well, that was. Yeah, very dangerous. Coming down to the bus stop chicane, and you can see a Price there. Of course, this is, remember, a lot of people forget, but this is Price's rookie season in IRC, and he goes second fastest. And a good time there from Price, so he is now up into second position. I think he'd be quite chuffed with that. Watching Devan there is out there now, so Devan is. Has he lost a bit of his front wing there? I'm not sure. As Dave is in the pits, he's got 4 minutes to go. As I think he's in and back out then, so it's like a pit stop there. So remember, we've lost him, Carl. We've lost Broke Gorilla. Balaz is retired from the session, but I think he's retired in the pits. We're watching Devan, who's in the pits as well. That is going to be very tight, so they're going to have to get in and get back out. Remember, then that's refuel in the pit lane in qualifying, so you have to get in, get back out. So at the moment, Snap is out of the race. Snap is out of qualifying, sorry, and Devan at the moment is also on the cusp as well. So he's in 16th at the moment. Got Kogat 17th, Gorilla at 18th. We was on board Gorilla when he made an almighty, made a bit of a mess of that car. On board now with Dave Shaw as he's just doing an outlap now. We've got just over 3 minutes to go. We've got Sven out there as well. I think Sven at the moment, I would say he's safe and sound at the moment. He's done a very. I think Sven had a great race, didn't he, in Hungary? Very good race from Sven, and it looked very comfortable up there as well, didn't he? Because so Sven is showing some real big improvements. Of course, Steve Penny, we've talked about quite a lot about him transition into the steering wheel as well, and we got to give ups as well, because some of these drivers have converted from automatic to manual gears. That is a massive step up in difficulty in terms of actually mastering that. I would never be. I tried manual gears once, and unfortunately I ended up in the Armco straight out the pit lane. So yeah, some of these guys run medium traction as well. It's very difficult to do, and so it's just kudos as the Prize comes into the pits now. The Prize is retired from the session. Don't worry over that. It's just so Devan should get out there now. So we're going to stay with Dave Shaw now in the Red Bull, as he's going to come across line now. So he's got to do competitive time, but Dave is on the bubble. He will have time for 2 runs if he needs to. So he's got 2 attempts at this. So not much well, there is quite a lot of pressure. Look at the rake on the back of that Red Bull. Red Bull very known for their rake, aren't they? Now coming up to a Rouge and Radion. Look at it. It's a roller coaster ride, isn't it? It's incredibly steep as well. That the camera doesn't do that section of the track justice, does it? It's, I think there's a couple of videos of a fan sliding down Rouge. Remember, it's a dry day as well on the sign, and Dave Shaw now coming through Le Com now. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2. Hopefully we don't lose any more drivers. So as you can see, Dave Shaw going a bit wide there, We've got Roscoe, who is out with us, a yellow flag in sector 2. Just on board Devan now, who's just coming around. So he will have 1 run at this. He's got a time on the board, but I think he would like to feel a bit more comfortable, as we've got a couple of supports for Dave at the moment in the chat. So yeah, so go Dave. Well, we're hoping he can get out of Q1 here. Of course, Dave, a very big day coming up to this month, so hopefully all goes well for Dave. Of course, get married on the sometime later this month in May. I'm multiple dates. The only date I'll ever remember is my birthday, or the Grand Prix dates. Those are the only dates I remember. I can't remember many people's birthdays, to be honest. It has to be in my Google calendar. Coming up to the bus stop chicane now. So what has Dave done here? Remember that he's got some time for one more run, because he's still got 18 seconds on the clock. You can pass the start-finish line, but will he need it? I don't think he will, because he's got 8 fastest. So good time there from Dave, and I think Dave is now safely through. I wasn't allowed to go up there. Dave Shaw has retired from the session now. Matt is out there as well. So is Kingsbury. We got Double out there. On board Double now. We're on board. We were on board Double. We're staying with Double coming into the bus stop chicane now. And what's he going to do in the Sauber? Of course, the Sauber has been rebranded Alfa Romeo and he's in the pits. So Double in the pits. Car 99 is in the pits. Now here comes Devan now, as he's just coming through Puyol now. Wow, look at that. He's gone a bit wide there, Devan has. That corner can spit you out quite badly, and you could go into senior action. What about Kingsburg? Comes across the line. Kingsburg goes 10th fastest, and just behind his teammate, 2 tenths behind his teammate. And so good showing from the Williams here. So Matt is now out. Unfortunately, we missed Matt's first time because Bilton now coming through Blanchemont and coming up to the bus stop chicane. I say the bus stop chicane quite almost all the time here. So what's Matt going to do? So Matt then comes across the line because the finish line comes up quite early. There is the finish line, and he goes a 9th fastest. So, and he's done 4 laps on the super soft tyres. So those tyres might be well past. Will not be giving off great grip. The van's in the pit, so that's it for the van. So that's unfortunate then. So that is Q1 over with, and let's just go for Blas and Knowlesy at the top of the timesheets at the moment, like they are in the championship standings. So we've got Not That Bad, who is in 3rd, Hunter 4th, Murphy in 5th, 6th is Steve, Asdog 7th, 8th is Dave, 9th is Matt, 10th is Physical, 11th is Kingsburg. Then we've got Penny in 12th, Sven 13th, Roscoe in 14th, Snap 15th, Double 16th, Devan 17th, Koga 18th, Broke 19th, and Himcar 20th. Unfortunately, Broke and Broke and Himcar didn't actually set a time. He was on board with Broke when he went. But I think it was just after the Paul Frere corner. It's where the old track, it's where the new track kind of connects with the old track. Because I think it's a public road down there. But from there, he just went straight on, which is really odd. That was. So that's Q1 done and dusted. So we have lost 5 drivers, unfortunately. But that was the aim. That was the aim of this Q1 session. So let's take a look at those 5 drivers. So Imcar and Broke, who didn't set a time. Then we got Kogat, who is out, and then we got Devan and Double, also knocked out of qualifying. We've had quite a lot of casualties in the first qualifying, but hopefully they can get out of the way, ready for the race. So we're going to go for Q2 now. Remember, I might sound like a broken record here, but Q2. Remember, if you qualify in the top 10, you must start on set your fastest lap on. That's the strategy. So the strategy is coming to play already then in qualifying. So that you guys have got to. So you got to start planning straight away, really, haven't you? So yeah, you're already thinking about the race and before you even started the race. So we're now into Q2. We've got 14 runners and riders. This is a 15-minute session, and you can see everyone's keen to get out there. Yeah, anyway, going back to the history of Spa here in the Arden Forest, yeah, that's we've had some incredible races. 2014, where we've got a Ferrari coming out. I think it's Hunter. Also backed out as well. Yeah, 2014, where Rosberg and Hamilton made contact and punched Hamilton's tyre, and just out in front of that is the Haas there of Asdol. They're just shooting out straight in front of Matt there. I think Matt in number 4 car. Of course, that's London Norris's number this year. Of course, it used to be Max Chilton's as well. So now on the soft tyre. So this is where the strategies come into play. We've got a mixture of soft and super soft at the moment. Murphy coming out on the super soft. So here's Sven out. Asdog on the soft tyre. Hunter is on the super soft. I wonder if they're just trying to get timing. We're on board with Blas now, the championship leader. He's on the soft tyre at the moment. And we're just coming now. This is where the track now starts to descend, and descend into the chaos, you could say. But no, the track. Look at how steep these corners are now. To be honest, you get such an adrenaline rush coming down here. It's amazing. It's amazing to drive, I must say. I do speak very highly of this circuit. I love it. I never go well on it, but I love it. You got to keep this. And George, you've seen already, and you might have seen last night as well in Elite. If you go off, you're going to go off in a big way around here. Look how little runoff there is. We've seen a couple of yeah, because we've also got something out of the side there which you may not recognise, all you new fans. That's a gravel trap. But you can see all the modern circuits kind of have like all these tarmac runoff areas now, which is safer, but of course it doesn't really punish you as much as what a gravel trap would have. We're on board now with Blas. I'm coming through Blanchemont now, and up into the bus stop chicane about to start his lap. We've got Not That Bad. He's just cruising around out there as well. Hunter is also going to start his time as well. I think he was the second one out of the pits. He was the second one out of the pits, so it's Blas and Hunter. You got Yale fighting sector 3, and this is where they're going to start to queue up. Yeah, it's because we're in the Ardennes Forest, Spa seems to have its own weather system as well. So yeah, a lot of it seems to rain quite a lot in Spa. So I wonder what the tomorrow's weather is going to be like. Also, I did say last night in the Elite, so I was like, oh, we might get some rain, and we didn't. Of course, coming at the Camel straighten up DRS enabled. We have got now coming down into Lake Com. As you can look at that, then braking very late there. That was so late coming into the corners there. You can see we're building up. We've got DRS and Urs there. You've got full power. Hunter has dropped off the back of the back of Blaz. I would assume that he's just trying to get a banker in. Remember, we're down to 11 minutes already, so 4 minutes of this session has already gone. As you can see, the corner of no name. I think there is a name because of Jerome D'Ambrosio called it something one time, because Jerome D'Ambrosio is now in Formula E. Well, is that a taboo subject, Formula E? Well, it's still worth racing, isn't it? And to be honest, it's really interesting to see. It's a good alternative for Formula 1. But yeah, of course, I feel there's a lot of debate going around about Formula 1 and the future of Formula 1. It's not these 2020 rules are pivotal in the future, isn't it? And yeah, I was here listening to Martin Brundle he was talking quite a while back about it, actually, whether Formula 1 wants to stay as a sport or wants to become more of an entertainment, and does it want to be relevant in the car industry, or does it want to stay as an entertainment kind of thing? And really, that's kind of one of the big key issues here, isn't it? Because as Blaz comes across the line, and whilst I'm waffling on, and he does a 1:43.7, Hunter is abandoning his lap in the pit. Sven on the lap now, so Sven, but Murphy is going to come in the pits as well, so they're just teasing us out there at the moment. Matt goes across the line and he's invalidated this time. Sven, I think, was next across the line. I think he is across the line. I've completely missed him. There he is. So Sven is on the super soft tires on a 1:44.7 there for Sven. So you see these guys are they're having a game of cat and mouse out there at the moment. They're just eyeing up other people's strategies. We're watching Kingsburg now fly through Blanchimont, coming up to the bus stop now. So there are 2 DRS zones around here, only 2, believe it or not. Of course, one on the Camel Straight and one on the as well, on the start finish straight. Kingsburg goes across the line, goes further faster, and only is the slowest of the guys that completed a time out there at the moment. Remember, he's on the soft tires. Blaz is retired straight away there. He's very confident in that time, but track evolution and stuff, will that come back to bite him? Not that bad. He's going 4 fast at the moment on a 1:45.9. So yeah, that's very early for Blaz to retire. Of course, well, we've still got 9 minutes to go in the session, but yeah, so we've got a Mercedes powering out there. I think that was Murphy powering out there. We're on board with Shaw now, who's just getting himself in the zone. We're on board with Matt now. Matt is on a lap at the moment in his team. We've just seen his teammate just power out the pit lane. So now on the soft tyre, he is 7/10 up on his previous best here. Now coming out of Paul Frere there, of course, an almighty accident there last night. And this is where Slim had his puncture. I'm very scared. Of course, Rosberg had a puncture there, didn't he? In practice 1 year, very scary place to have a puncture. And yeah, no, unfortunately, John Slim got disqualified, which, to be fair, is just very unfair. Of how he got because he was just trying to get back on the track in a sensible manner, and unfortunately he got punished for that, didn't he? DRS is available now as Matt goes across the line, and he goes third fast on 1:44.8 there. Good time there for Matt, but of course Sven is still up there on the super soft tires. Is Sven's strategy going to force some people's hand and come out on the super soft tires? Remember, you haven't got long in this. In this session to decide, because it's such a long lap. We're watching Asdog now in the Haas, so we're going to be on board with it now. See, look at that, just taking a bit of AstroTurf there, and now coming down the hill now into turn 7. I think it's turn 7. Again, get my corners so mixed around. It's such a long track. Yeah, give me Austria. There's only 9 corners there, so you don't have to actually remember that, but I do remember the corner names, majority of them anyway, and that's Poon on there. Now coming into, see, look at that, braking just after the 50-metre board there. We're on board with Adstog now, coming into the tricky little chicane here. Now coming, we've got a yellow flag in sector 1. As hopefully it's, I think it might just be someone just recovering to the pits. Hopefully. Now Paul Frere now is Asdog, and coming into the final sector now. So really, this is a very quick track. Remember, next week we are in the Temple of Speed in Monza. So look forward to that. Both of the elites and supers will be in action. Of course, elite had a very healthy grid last night. We got a great grid again tonight. I think we did have a full grid. Asdog comes across the line, does a 144.7, and he puts himself into third position. So good time there from Asdog. Now comes Dave then in the Red Bull. Of course, he left it quite late in Q1. He would like to just sit back and relax, get the old newspaper out. I don't think you have newspapers anymore, do we? Gosh. Oh, and he's off! Dave Shaw's off, and he's he's ripped his front wheel off, and Dave Shaw is out of qualifying. He's going to start 14th. Oh, that's a big shame for Dave. You can see that it just came out Blanchimont there, and he just caught the inside tyre. That is well, that's a shame there for Dave. And if you're watching that prize then, but that is that's unfortunate. Is got your flag in sector 2 and 3 now. Just watching Murphy now on board the side pod of the Mercedes on the super soft tire. Yeah, I might become colourblind now. On the soft tire, of course, the middle range tire. Are we expecting to see a super soft tomorrow? Hunter's guest last night was he was talking about just doing one stopper. Of course, didn't give away too much of the game because remember we have quite a active audience in terms of wanting to know who's doing what. Because to be honest, I remember when I was racing this league, I used to watch the Elite League and see what the guys are doing, and I would try some of their strategies themselves. Unfortunately, it never worked out for me, as Murphy goes 7th fastest mode. Well, that's because a lot of them did go on the one stopper. Now, one stopper is the quickest way to go, but you have to be quick on that one stopper, and unfortunately, I wasn't. So yeah. So I learned a lot from from racing in this league. About strategies and all sorts. We've got a yellow flag in 2 and 3, and I think his prize just having a Sunday cruise at the moment. He's got to get on with it. He's only got 5.5 minutes to go. Blaz has already done his time and is up into his quarter day. Dave Shaw has just joined us in the comms bot now. Unlucky, mate. Unfortunately, we was on board with you as well, so he's seen it. He looks like he lost the back end.
I just touched the curb and it was gone.
Oh, that's a shame as well. It's just come out of Blanchimont to us. He was on board with you as well, which I was like, oh gosh, we should on the stream.
Right. Is it annoying because actually setup felt pretty good. The soft tyres are horrible. Soft tyres all over the place, but touch that little curb on Blanchimont, that's it. Throws you straight in the wall. So that's a bit of a bummer.
Oh, that's such a shame as well. There's because you left it late in Q1, and then in Q2 I said you was out quite early. You can get. I was going to say you can put your feet up, but I think I've just gave you the commentator's curse there. So you are putting your feet up, but it's a bit too early. Yeah. So what are your aspects for the race then? Because I think you're probably starting 14th now. That's just a guesstimate.
Well, I'm not sure what the tyre wear is like. What's strategy? What was the strategy last night? What were they doing?
The strategy last night was a one stopper. Was a mixture after all the incidents in the first couple of laps. It was a crazy race last night. All sorts was going on, but yeah, I think it was a one stopper in the end. A soft to medium was the ideal strategy. So and I think that was also the strategy that Hunter was going to go for tonight. So yeah, but he didn't actually say what.
There's no way I'm starting that race on medium tyres. They'll take forever to warm up. I want as much grip as possible for a Rouge at the start.
So you're going to go on the soft, are you? And, or are you going to go on the super soft?
I'll probably start in 14th. So yeah, I'll go soft medium, but there's going to be debris all over the place at turn 1 in the Rouge in the first couple of laps. So it's about keeping my nose clean more than anything.
It is, because to be honest, last night was a race of attrition. As Prize goes up into third position, he's done 2 laps on those soft tyres. We've got 3.5 minutes to go. Sven doing very well up there.
Sven's done a great job.
I was going to, just took the words out. I said in Hungary, I think it was, Sven was right up there. He's just, he's improved so much, hasn't he, Sven? And I was really, he just has such a mature drive in Hungary. And again, he's up there again. He's on the.
Car in the wall. Sorry, there's a car in the wall, but it was Steve Penny coming out of his pit box. It was on board with him. I got a bit excited. Sorry, mate.
No, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I always get excited, and yeah, I think Hunter usually. Someone used to keep me on the straight and narrow, and usually it's Hunter. It's like, calm down, Sean. We're watching Hunter now. Of course, my former teammate, who I famously took out in China.
Yes.
That's why I lost my super license.
Memories.
Yeah, I know. So we're just on board with Hunter now. So he is in 14th at the moment. He's got 2.5 minutes to go. Just coming out of Paul Frere, going very wide there, very wide actually. He was perilously close to the barrier. Who's your tip then for the pole position then? Because I'm not making any more blasts. Is it?
Guys in cruise control. He really is.
To be honest, you were saying though he's retired quite early from the session. I might come back to haunt him. It hasn't, has it? So he's just quite
it hasn't even. Oh, no, I've just jinxed that. Although the track is getting better all the time, but unless everyone jumps onto softs, supers, which I don't think they are, then I think he's pretty safe.
Yeah,
Steve's on. Yeah, everyone's on softs. Sven, I think, did his lap on the supers.
Yeah, no.
Still to get in a Q3, good effort.
It's a very good effort from Sven, and yeah, so he's now going to start to. As Roscoe's retired from the session, so that's him done. So Roscoe and unfortunately Dave are already out of the session. I think Kingsburg's out as well, and so Matt's out there to defend his time. So Penny's now going to come through and he's going to start a lap.
Kingsburg's 11th, so there's no point in him going out. He can start 11th, kind of a free range of tyres. I think that will be the strategy there.
Yeah, it's, as we've said before, Penny's gone very wide into last source.
Wait, being validated.
Oh, that's not going to be good, is it? If that's been validated.
He ran right over the curb. I know they're quite harsh upon it. Q1, I had 3 flying laps were invalidated, so I had to panically do a 4th lap, which I just scraped in. But the penalties are harsh around here.
They are harsh. It's quite surprising as well, isn't it? Because some of the places, I think Blanchimont is at Penny's.
Oh, Penny's off.
Well, that's a novel way of getting around Lacombe. But yeah, I was going to say, Blanchimont, if you run out a bit wide around there, then you get a track extension, don't you? Which is a bit. Sometimes I think that's a bit harsh.
Yeah, it's not right. Again, it's just a stupid little thing that's annoying about this game.
And unfortunately, I think that's the end of qualifying then. So Penny is going to be.
I'll take 13th.
Yeah, it's unlucky for some. Hopefully, unlucky for you tomorrow. So.
No, I'm not going to last. I'll be joining you very shortly in the race. I've got to.
That's good for us.
Big shout out to Ross and Easter, his partner, for their little one being born this week.
Oh yes, yeah. Congratulations, Ross. We've seen the pictures of his beautiful newborn baby, and hopefully he hasn't had too many sleepless nights. But yeah, he's here tonight, and he's 12 at the moment, and hopefully we wish him all the luck. And same to you as well, Dave. Of course, as we mentioned in the stream earlier on, you tighten the knot in you later on this month. So also
yeah, man. Next week.
I know.
Next Saturday, yeah. Jesus, it's flying up.
Yeah, big times are going ahead for all these guys in IRC as we're watching Penny come in the pits now. So unfortunately, Penny didn't set a time, so he's out of Q2, as is Dave. But hopefully Dave can smash it through the field tomorrow. Not literally, obviously, he comes through the field.
Tomorrow?
Later on.
Back in news again, mate.
Tonight.
Tonight only.
Yeah. This is not Formula 1. we got Roscoe in 12th position, and Kingsburg is just outside. But as Dave said, that could be a very good time. Could be a very good place for Kingsburg to start. So yeah. That was an enthralling Q2 session. So this is where Q3 and where the cars are going to be at their peak now, and we're looking forward to that. How's the weather tomorrow? Is the tomorrow later on?
Forecast is good, mate. Forecast is good tomorrow. Sunshine, 20 degrees.
Excellent. And it's Friday as well, so get the beers out. So.
Yeah. It's dry, mate. The first race we had was forecast to rain after 20 minutes for the rest of the race, but this one's dry, unfortunately.
Oh, that would have definitely spiced things out, because I think I was saying last night in the elites that we was expecting some rain. I was assuming we was going to expect some rain because it's Belgium, it has its own weather system. And I was saying today, we're probably going to get some rain. Unfortunately, I've jinxed that as well. But yeah, so good time there from Hunter. He's 200 of a second in front of Blaz at the moment. Blaz, as Dave Shaw said, he's just looking.
I think Matt's saying in the chat he's binned it.
He's binned it, has it? Oh no! So if that is the case, Matt will be free to Q3, but he will not be able to set a representative time, so he'll be 10th, and he will have to start on the tyres, which he just set his time on. That's a big blow for Matt, that is.
Hang on, he's saying binned it. I think he's replying to. Oh, he is out. He's out. Yeah, he binned it.
Oh, that's a big shame for Matt.
Oh, sorry, Matt. Sorry, mate.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh dear. So unfortunately, Matt is out, and we're just starting Q3 now. So we got it's a top 9 shootout, which is a shame really. So that's a double blow because now Matt's going to start on tires that he's just qualified on, and he's going to be in 10th. So yeah, not great. We got the Force India out.
And Bissy and Stem will start on the supers in the top 10.
Yeah, so expect them to get off the line quite quickly as well, but those supers do not last long at all, do they? What's your expected prediction for the supers? How many
No idea, mate. I haven't done one lap round here since last season. I'm going in blind. I'm trying to survive. Survival is what it's all about.
To be honest, that is a key word as well, survival around here, because this is a proper old school track. We've seen a lot of incidents already, and last night was incredible. We had 2 punctures, we had chaos all up and down the field. It was amazing to watch, and
I saw it, mate. I saw the first half.
It was incredible to watch. I couldn't believe what I was seeing for some of it, and that's the beauty of Spa though. It does really bring out really good racing. So we're now watching Kumquat.
The thing is as well, you're going to have the likes of Sven up there in the top 10. He's usually good during the race, but his starts are a little bit dubious. I've run into the back of Sven or into Sven twice at the start, so I'm hoping he's going to cause a bit of chaos and take one for the team, the Red Bull team.
I think I ran to Sven as well in Monaco. Was my finest race, Monaco. It was a brutal.
Yeah, you haven't come back since.
No, I haven't. That's it. I think that Matt's had enough of that. He's like, right, get him out. He's a bit too dangerous. So on board with Kumquat now, going through Paul Frere. And as you've seen, and the battle for the championship is now down to 9 points. So yeah, anything can happen, and we still got quite a few races to go. I remember when I first started watching F1. Spa used to be like in the last 3 races. Now it's in the middle of the season. I'm showing my age again. And now coming to the bus stop chicane then. Yeah, who's your? We did say who's your prediction for Paul. You've gone with Blas, have you?
Staying a Blas, mate. Yeah, staying a Blas.
So you don't think Kumquat has got anything up his sleeve?
Not seen nothing from him yet, have we? Really, to show that he's going to be threatening at the top. Maybe he's sandbagging.
He might, if he's sandbagging, he's in the wrong car for that, as he's coming up to Eau Rouge for Radion. It's now coming on the Kemmel straight now. We've got a yellow flag in sector 3. I hope it's just someone just backing off there, because it's a bit of a queue at the bus stop chicane. Now coming into Les Combes now, and yeah, so this is his first lap.
McLaren right ahead of him.
Well, that's
might
not
struggle with that.
Yeah, that's right in the dirty air zone as well. That's. It seems quite a way back, doesn't it? But that will affect us, Sven, won't it?
Well, he'll have a beautiful toe going down the Camel Straight. Won't it affect him through a Rouge, though? In fact, he dropped back a little bit as Sven. Oh, in fact, he's invalidated his lap. Forget it. He's run wide at a Rouge. And Stee also invalidated his lap, so they're going to have to go again, both of them.
Ooh, are they gonna? Do you reckon they'll come into the pits, or do you reckon that they would just stay out and have a go? Because this is a very long lap around Spa.
Fresh tyres, and have your best options. Come in, wait for your final run. Because whatever happens in the top 9, for someone like Sven, he'll take a 9th place anyway. So you might as well come in, get a fresh set of tyres, and go for it.
Yeah, and of course he is starting on the super soft tyres, so tomorrow he's going to have a great launch. Him and was it Physico, wasn't it, on the super soft tyres?
50, but you say that, but it's only a short launch down to turn 1. It's a very, very short, literally 1, 2, 3 gears, and then you're into turn 1. So the launch will not be as beneficial as around some tracks.
No, as that prize goes on 1:43.0 there, good time there but Murphy then also instantly beats it with a 1:43.0. Look very close there between the top 2 at the moment. Murphy looking very good around.
Hunter had a horrible last chicane, Evil Hunter.
Not that bad, goes third.
But yeah, he jumped it. I think here comes Blas, but I think Evil Hunter jumped the chicane. Oh, Blas.
1:42.7. That's 3/10 quicker than anyone else has been. That's incredible time from Blas. I think Elite is calling him, isn't it?
Elite. His name's already in the Elite draw, mate. His name's already in the draw for next year.
We got to say it's a big. I think he deserves it as well going up to the Elite, because I think seeing some of the races last year, Blas was in the mid pack, and he is just a completely different driver now. He's done a Bottas kind of way. He's just transformed himself.
Yeah.
Is he grown a beard?
No, I agree with that. yeah. Is he old enough?
Yeah, but it's incredible. It just goes to show that a lot of work, a lot of hard.
Sorry, mate. Sven did it again at Arouge. He went on and gambled, and he's messed it up again.
Oh, so now he's under real pressure now, Sven. He's only got 6 minutes to go. He will start 9th, whatever happens, which is a very good time. But he would like to get a good time on the board so he can.
Yeah, get a time on the board because Fist is on a 1:45.3, which is beatable. I think he's going again though, Fist. Steve also carried on as well.
Ooh, well, you see, I would have agreed with you really, because it's such a long lap. I would have come in, got some fresh tyres, and you would have had the track all to yourself. I know it's a long track and all that, but as you've seen, Sven in the McLaren, Steve did find each other. Asdog goes 5th fastest at the moment on a 1:43.4. We talked about Asdog in the pre-show about he's only down in 11th at the moment in the championship. It's all gone a bit wrong for him this year, hasn't it?
After his win, yeah, after his first ever race win, it's not. He hasn't kicked on, has he? You thought now the monkey's at the back, he'd be challenging more, but Asdog, although to win this series is that's if I could win one race in this season, I'd be quite happy with that. I'd be done. I think Steve's going to come in this lap because this looks a little bit slow. And if he completes that and then does an outlap, he's going to be in trouble for his final run.
Yeah, it's definitely echoing that sentiment about how hard it is. We're just watching Sven come in the pits now. We're going to see Steve come in as well, I believe. But yeah, it's unfortunately Asdog, great win in China, and it's just a shame. I was expecting him to be right up there challenging at the top with Blas, and Steve goes 6th fastest. I was expecting him to come in. Yeah, that
hasn't worked. That's what I was talking about. He's got a rush round, do an in lap, and in fact, I think he's but now he's under pressure to get in and then get back out there and do his final run.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, he's got 5 minutes to go. It sounds like a lot of time. On a track like Austria, you would have plenty of time. You can probably read the paper and all sorts.
Now. Yeah.
We're just watching Blas now. He's on his outlap at the moment. 1:42.7. That is amazing time that is from Blas.
That's quite a statement.
He just
needs to lead. He just needs to lead at the front, and he'll be away.
From a neutral point of view, I hope that doesn't happen because I like to see a good old battle for the front. But I think that
is he leading the championship?
Yeah, he's got 9-point gap over Kumquat at the moment, who is second.
Yeah, third. Oh, sorry, second in the championship. Yeah.
So yeah, it's very close, isn't it? 9 points at the top, and to be honest, I feel that Kumquat used to be Knowlesy. Blas is coming in the pits now, because I think that Knowlesy did visit the wall a few times as well in this series as well. So maybe he might be feeling a bit of what might have been. I would certainly be in that position anyway.
Yeah.
So I think
is it? I've not seen the standings in a while. Is it Blas and Price Kumquat quite far ahead? Is there a close battle behind them?
I think it's quite a bit. I think it's just them two. I feel there's realistically in the running because the next one back is excuse me, it's not that bad. Who's 42 points behind the leader, and my maths is really bad, but yeah, he's 42 points behind the leader Blas. So it's still doable because remember it's 25 points for victory here. So yeah, 2 bad races for Blas or Kumquat not that bad. It's back in the hunt. Well, it's not that bad. It's come out of nowhere, really, hasn't he? He's been very consistent.
Just because not that bad. He's one of those drivers who's just good about his business, and it's like up there in 3rd place. He's won. I know he's definitely won one race this season, but he isn't involved in many incidents. He keeps it clean. He finishes a lot of races. He's always usually on the podium, but you don't see much from him, do you? You don't hear much from him.
Yeah, he's not a spectacular driver, and to be fair, that's no disrespect to not that bad at all. No. He just gets on with it, and it's like Vanquish last night. Vanquish, to be honest, he openly admitted he wasn't the quickest car out there, but he survived. And to be fair, so you need to do that on a lot of tracks, and not that bad. Might be able to sneak in the back door here and actually and cause Blas and Prize a bit of issues, or if there's anything can happen.
Nothing. It's just they're gonna find 2 tenths on Dan and Prize, so it's not too bad. There's a bit of a buffer to Asdog and then to Steve, who has made it back in and will go back out again. Hunter and Sven, the pressure's on them, especially Hunter. Bit of a surprise.
Yeah, usually with Hunter, he likes to go out, do a nice solid lap to begin with, then go all out. Similar to what Juan Pablo Montoya used to do back in the old qualifying system. He used to just build up. But yeah, I think Hunter was on his back foot at the moment in the Ferrari. As we're on board now with Not That Bad, as we were just talking about Not That Bad's championship hopes and stuff. It's not all over. I've been discussing about Blas in Kumquat fighting now, but yeah. As we've seen in 2007, we've got someone visiting the wall, have we?
No, it's just Steve trying to get out of everybody's way in a tricky situation. Dan Murphy will be the first to cross the line. I think he's on a flyer as well, so he'll be the first to do his time. May get a chance to do a second run if he's got the fuel. But I think it'll be Dan, then Not That Bad, and then Prize in that order, and Blad's the last man. Although Steve's just gone out. So here we go, this is crunch time.
Yeah, this is a squeaky bum time, as they say in football. So we're on board now with Not That Bad. Dan was, it looks like he's warming up his tyres there, so I think he might have made a mistake and he's going to go for another run, isn't he?
Yeah, Dan's willing to go again. So Not That Bad should be the next runner. He's got a car in front of him, though. He's got Sven in front of him. Hopefully he won't get in the way. No,
he looks like he's just about out of the dirty air. So he's coming to the bus stop now. And so what can Not That Bad do? Then he's, as Dave said, he's only 2 tenths behind Murphy and Price. As you can see, he might have a little bit of a toe here. What's he got? He's in the 42s. That's a great time. Oh wow!
Wow!
Wow! That toe is amazing.
Oh,
great time from Hunter. He's got up to third. He has enough time, but has he got enough fuel? But Hunter up in the third there.
Track's just lit up because Hunter's improved massively. Price Kumquat now. What can he do? 13 seconds left. He will not get to go again. This will be it for Price.
So it's all or nothing now for Price. He's coming into the bus stop now. Track evolution has been amazing, hasn't it? We've got yellow flag in sector 1.
Absolutely, it has. That's it. Time up. This will be it for Price.
Oh, he's in the 42 as well. Oh, he's pole. Great time. He's a 10th in front of Not That Bad. And you could say that is a Not That Bad time as well. No, I'm going.
Hold on, Blad's coming around now. This is it for Blas. Up the bus stop he comes. I tipped you, Blas. The one time I tipped him. That's a good exit. That's a very clean bus stop.
Oh, this is going to be close. Oh!
What? I don't think he was going to do... Well, he crossed the line 0.8 down in his own time. I don't know why he's done that. It's all Not That Bad. I don't know, Not That Bad going again. Hunter. So it's Dan Murphy. Here comes Dan. He's passed Sven this lap as well. I wonder if it's... In fact, he's backed off, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's backed off, so Dan's going to start first.
He's blocking Sven. If Sven's on a flyer, his lap's completely ruined. Oh, in fact, he hit him off.
And then get out of the way. Sven now coming across the line in the bus stop chicane now, so Sven hasn't done the time.
I think his lap got ruined there by... Yeah, he was on a flyer as well. That's a shame, because if he wasn't held up, he could have passed 50. Steve backed out of it. 50's backed out of it, so that's your grid.
Oh, so what a time then. I know, so Price did have something up his sleeve, but Blas was very close, but unfortunately Steve decided to do to park it on the pit lane. That's very good parking from Steve, actually. I wish I could park like that. So we're on board with Physico going to pitch, but look at that then. Price takes pole position. Not that bad. Yeah, see you later, Dave. Good luck in the race. Hopefully I don't actually see you till the end.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
In the nicest possible way.
Yeah. Thanks, mate.
See you later. So as Dave gets ready in his car, and as I really hope we don't see him until the end of the race, because it'd be great to see Dave getting some decent points, and his teammate Sven right up there in 9th position. Then you see Blas's car damaged on the pit straight there. So Price is on pole position. Alongside him is Not That Bad. Then we've got Blas in 3rd position. Hunter 4th. 5th is Dan Murphy. 6th Asdog. 7th is Steve. And 8th is Physico. 9th is Sven. And of course Matt, who damaged his car in Q2, didn't take part, so he is in 10th. But yeah, as Dave said, that track evolution was incredible. And what a time there from Price. So he did have something up his sleeve, and he has snuck in and taken pole position away from Blas. So this, from a neutral point of view, this is looking good. And but of course, as we said, as we was talking about it in the comms, though, it's Not That Bad is actually not far away from from maybe causing, if there is any issues that the leaders get involved in. But of course, not the bad has to have a perfect end to the season. Look at that, 86 hundredths of a second between pole and second position. Wow, incredible stuff. We've got Blaz in third position. He only had one time in the end. Hunter only had one time as well, but he's up in the fourth. Murphy fifth. Asdog sixth. We got Steve seventh, Physico eighth, and Sven up into ninth. So again, Sven in the top 10 shootout. He's getting better and better, Sven is, and rightly so. His teammate giving him a huge applause. As so we're just going to go through the grid in a second. And of course, Matt completes out runs out the top 10 in 10th position. And now the drivers are just getting ready to start sort out their strategies, sort out their fuel loads and stuff. Sorry, I got a dry mouth there. Ooh. I'm prepared this time because I think I didn't stop talking for the first 4 laps. Unfortunately for Hunter, who was in the country box with me last night, he didn't get a word in for the first like 5 laps. So now then. So now then, we're just getting ready then. So fuel loads, the guys outside the top 10 are going to be just thinking about what tyre strategies to use, what start on Dave. We had an inside scoop from Dave a minute ago that Dave was not going to start on the medium tyres because the tyres are just. Remember, we got no formation lap. So here we go then. So we got 22 laps around Spa. Lights are out, and it's go, and it's a good start there from a very good start there from Kumquat. And look at this then, as we're going down into turn 1, and what's going on here? How are they doing? Are they behaving? All right, we've got a bit of contact. We've got a lot of contact. That's a Toro Rosso wing gone. That's a Toro Rosso wing gone. And whoa, we got a big accident. That's a huge accident. Steve's out. We've got our Red Bull. Dave Shaw is out already. That is a shame there for Dave. And hopefully. Oh, Hunter's up into second position. That's a huge. We got a massive pile-up. This is reminiscent of the '98 Belgian Grand Prix, and that is huge. We're on board with double now, and we're also on board with that is a massive accident. I have not seen an accident like this. Oh my gosh! As we got the Mercedes built of Matt just coming through now. The Devan is out. Gorilla's out. We have lost a huge amount as Devan's just trying to cruise around, but he can't get around. And he's got disqualified. That is a shame for Devan. And I think the Double's Double's going to get disqualified as well. He's got to just navigate his way through. Double is just trying to navigate his way through. That is a massive accident. We have got 8 cars left in this race. What happened there? That is a massive, massive shame. When you see that we've only got 8 cars in this race, that is incredible. As you can see that with the biggest winner is Physico, unfortunately, the biggest winner is the Double. He's moved up to. That was reminiscent of the '98 Belgian Grand Prix where we lost so many cars, but I think that we've lost actually more cars. Murphy has got a 10-second stop penalty for exceeding the track. Blaz has got damage on his front wing and he is down to 5th. Murphy has also got damage and he is in 6th position. So we've got a lot of cars out there. It's got awful damage. This is major because Blaz is going to lose the championship lead as it stands at the moment. And this is not going to compromise him at all. Physico is in 4th position. Not that bad. It's all over the back of Hunter at the moment in the battle for 2nd position. Kumquat leads then. And 2nd is Hunter. 3rd is not that bad. He's all over. He's going to have a look into the last source here. Goes a bit wide. He's going to cut back on the inside there. Hunter is lost the momentum. Look at all the debris on this track here. Remember, we had punctures and everything last night. And coming to Rouge and into Radion. This is going to. I'm just in absolute shock about what has just happened. We've got 22 laps. We've got 21 laps to go. No DRS just yet. DRS opens on the 3rd lap. And look at this. Not that bad. It's now. He's just going up the inside of Hunter. Well, that was a massive, massive accident. We'll have a look at the replay in a minute and see what's going on. Physico is in 5th position. Blaz is in the pits, and so he's going to be on a soft tyre. He's only going to get 10 points at the moment, so he will lose the championship. I think he'll be about 4, 5, 6 points behind Murphy in the pits as well. But Murphy's had a much better stop than Blaz, so Blaz has dropped down. Double, who unfortunately had to park his car because he couldn't get around. Couldn't get around the accident. So Double is now in 6th position. So Double is going, of course, on very good points. Of course, he's as Dave was saying in comments, it's all about survival. And Double is on the medium tyre. Blaz is now down to 7th position, and he is only on 6 points at the moment. Matt has come out of the pits now. The battle for 2nd and 3rd is now raging on. And wow, I can't believe it. So here are the list of retirements then. We got Devan out, we got Dave Shaw out, we got Steve out, we got Sven out, Asdog, Roscoe, Snap, Koga, Steve, Kingsburg and Broke Gorilla. I think Broke Gorilla will actually get points, and Kingsburg. So both those guys are going to get points. So Broke Gorilla on his second Grand Prix will get 2 points. What an incredible start, and incredible. We'll have a look back at the accident in a minute. I'll go back on the stream in a minute and just to rewind it and see what happened, because that was incredible. DRS has now been enabled. We got a 5-second gap now between first and second moment. Hunter as a prize is looking very calm at this stage of the race at the moment, and he will be taking the lead of the driver as the championship. Of course, half the press is that Blas will be going into the lead, and I have a feeling, because he's in the elite draw, and I have a feeling that the Kumquat will be up there as well. Great to see both those guys racing against the elite, and but at the moment, as you can see, now DRS enabled, not that bad. It's just gaining, going on the outside, and Hunter is just kept on the inside, coming to Lake Com now. As you can see, Hunter, that's great defending from Hunter, but now what about just going on the AstroTurf there, just keeping an eye out. And Blas is all over the back of a double, of course, on the medium tyres. Blas is on the soft tyre. So yeah, Blas, and it's got a comeback drive now. How is this is going to really test Blas's character now, isn't it? But with only 8 cars left, I think that Blas needs to keep going, because this is going to be some points as Blas now gets by Double. So it looks like he just ran out as Sven has left the session, so Double's now dropped down to 8th position. Although not that bad at the moment. He's all over the back of Hunter. As getting a bit leery there. Hunter then coming into, so he needs a good run out of Paul Frere here, and he needs to can he get into the bus stop chicane? As we're now on board then, and look at this, he's going to go on the outside. He is going on the outside of Hunter. Hunter is just there, but that's a great move, but we bit of contact there. But is he going to go for the switch room, go back up the inside? Hunter's going to have a look, he's having a look, he's going for it, he has a look, but not that bad. That gives him just enough, and he's got a 3-second penalty there, and not that bad. Closes the door as we're coming through to complete lap 3 now. So and the prize is now 5 seconds away. We're going to keep an eye on Blas, because remember, the championship as it stands at the moment, prize will lead the championship, and Blas will not be leading anymore. He's on 8 points at the moment. At the moment there's a 9-point gap between Kumquat and Blas. As Hunter is now dropped down to second. Not that bad, as we said before. If the championship rivals have any issues, then probably they're not that bad. Can do a Kimi Räikkönen and just sneak into the into the back door of the championship, as Räikkönen did in 2007. But of course, but at the moment, Blas who's got a 3-second penalty. So Hunter and not that bad have both got penalties at the moment. So as it stands, we've only got 8 cars in this race. I can't believe that massive accident we had. We'll have a look at that in a second. I keep saying we'll have a look at that in a second. We will have a look at that in a second, because that was just incredible. We're going to have a lot of chatter about what's going on in that, because that is just unbelievable what we're seeing. I'm just in shock. Absolutely in shock about what went on, and we'll have a look to see what's happened in a minute. Yeah, because that race was just unreal. That start was just unreal. So we're just having a look now and just seeing a quick. We're on board with Hunter then, so he's dropping back a bit now from not that bad. I'm just yeah, then I think, to be honest, that would have been a red flag. That would have been a straight red flag, because no way that would have. So we just got on board footage then, as we're just having a look to see what's going on in the onboard footages then of what's going on. So we're on board with this is Dave Shaw then. So I'm just going to describe to you what happened on the onboard with Dave Shaw on the inside here, and you can see then he took a tight line to turn 1 there, and whoa, yeah, Dan for some reason just Dan just stopped in on the I'm not sure if that was lag from Murphy or what, but he just stopped in the middle of the track. As that was incredible. Look, Murphy just stopped, and that was really weird. As yeah, so I don't think that Murphy would have done that on purpose unless he had an issue with his connection or whatnot. But as Blas now hunted down Murphy, we're on board. Then you can see a bit of a lunge there from the Toro Rosso, as we're just on board with one of the Williamses here. As yeah, it's all caused by it was all caused. And look at that, yeah, just a slight, yeah. that was just a lot. I'm just speechless about all that. That's incredible, and we're going to get a lot more reviews about that as well. As yeah, I'm not sure what happened with Dan there. He just he had a problem. He must have had a problem. As and of course, yeah, the Ferrari of Kunkra only just tapped the back of a car and he retired as well. And yeah, that's just. So Murphy, by the looks, had an issue with his Mercedes where he just stopped in the middle of the track for some reason, and he's caused a massive pile-up there. So we're on board with Murphy now in their 5th position at the moment, lap 6 then. So I don't know what to say, guys. It's massive, and you can see Blazer in the background, and he was a championship leader. He is we will have a lot more camera angles of it as well as it's all coming through, so I'll try and describe to you as much as possible about what happened, unfortunately, and yeah, I'll let you know what's going on as and when it's happening. Yeah, I think there has been a technical issue with Murphy there, because he's not a driver that does that intentionally. So as he's coming through Blanchimont now, but Blazer is now, so the front 4 have not stopped yet. So we expect we expect Fisico in fairly soon, because he's on the super soft tyre. He's done very well to let those super soft tyres last as long as they have. So Pride leads, 2nd is not that bad, 3rd is Hunter, Fisico 4th, Murphy 5th, Blas 6th, Double 7th, and Matt is in 8th position at the moment. As we're now, yeah, I think we're on board with the Williams there. We've just seen the Williams. And yeah, so we're now just on board then again with another. It's kind of like radio here, isn't it? As we're on board then with Dave Shaw then, as he is yeah, yeah, it's yeah, there was a and yeah, now we're on board then with Blas, and he's just hunted down as on board then with Blas, and there's yeah, so awful accidents out there. Is it looks Murphy had a red X on the top of his gamer tag there, so that must have caused it. But wow, that was a huge accident, of course, as I've just seen in the chat as well. I'm glad that the drivers, of course, these are the experts, definitely agree that it should have been a red flag actually, because that was a huge accident, a massive accident. And so Fisico is in the pits now in the Williams, so what targets is he going to go on? Lap 7 out of 22, as Price is now 5 seconds in front of him, not that bad. Evil Hunter is now in 3rd position, and yeah, I can't believe I've not seen a crash like that online in a league race. It was thinking he's got a 5-second penalty Fisico has here, so is that going to cause him any problems? And no, and Bilton is now all over the back of Double. Double's going to get some points here, because the double, one of the Double's strongest attributes is the fact is that he just gets the car to the finish. And to be honest, in these league races, it's a very hard thing to do. Fisico is coming out of the pits now. He's going the medium tyre. He's going to the end now. So hopefully Fisico won't have any more stops. So yeah, but that, as we said, one of Double's most strongest attributes is the fact that he gets through these league races and he scores points, because he finished 10th in the championship last year, mid-table last year. He was one of the outstanding performer. He's always there or thereabouts, isn't he? He always seems to like avoid trouble. He was lucky not to get disqualified there. I feel sorry for I think he was on board with I think it was Devan there, who couldn't get around, and he got disqualified, which is such a harsh. And look at that, at the Kemmel straight now, up the inside, Matt goes up into 7th position, and as he's starting his recovery drive, because he's got fast lap at the moment. Blas is now starting to hunt down Murphy, who is in 5th position at the moment, as they're coming through Pouillon now, and that was a weird way of, as yeah. So I'm not really sure. Yeah, it's yeah. So we've had a look from the drivers out there. You can see that Murphy just seems to stop in the middle of the track. There he is there at the moment. Murphy seems to stop in the middle of the track, and Dave Shaw went to the back of him, and it just caused chaos there. We were on board with the van when was on board the van, and when and he unfortunately got disqualified because he couldn't get around. I mean, that's very unfortunate. It's like a Sims disqualification last night. If the track is blocked, you can't really go anywhere. And it's like Sim last night, trying to get on the track in a sensible manner, and Codemasters disqualified him. It's just it's a shame, really. And I'm just we're on lap 8 there now, 22. We're coming to half distance now. Race order: Prize leads, not that bad. Second, Hunter third. Fourth position is Physico. He's already stopped, so that's it now. Physico is going to go to the end of the race on the medium tyres. Then we've got Murphy in fifth, Blaz sixth, Matt seventh, Gorilla's left the section, and eighth is Double. So I think, I'm not sure what the rules are, because to be honest, I've never seen like we had a 20 car grid, albeit him car didn't start because I'm not sure what happened to him car, but unfortunately he retired from qualifying, and then we haven't seen him since. But yeah, it's 19 cars, and we have lost 10 of them in the opening lap. Hopefully we don't lose any more, but they are at the moment spread out. Yeah, so the pit strategy is going to be like this then, we think. So as Hunter said in the comms last night, if you joined us for the elite race last night, Hunter's strategy idea was this: he was going to go to the soft tyre and then to the medium tyre. He didn't actually say what tyres he was going to start on, but he says it was a one stop, and that was it. So yeah, I think it's as we're now watching a Blaz, and is see just catching on Murphy at the moment. Yeah, so it's a one stop. It's from soft to the medium tyres. Well, as in Dave, and even Dave said about the medium tyre, warm up medium tyre, so he's going to go to soft tyre, and unfortunately Dave is out of the race, along with Roscoe as well. Of course, changing in terms of going off the track at the moment. In terms of, I echo Dave's sentiments. Congratulations to Roscoe and his newborn. To be honest, on the bright side, if to be honest, I'm trying to figure a bright side here, but at least he's got an early night, I suppose, for Roscoe. But that's a massive shame, that is. I mean, you build up for a race all week and then it just be over like that. It can happen. It's motor racing, remember. I mean, Fernando Alonso, who retired on the formation lap in Russia a couple of years ago, must be heartbreaking to that. So now Physico is being ruled in by Murphy. Murphy is in at 5th position at the moment. So Blaz. So at the moment, as it stands, but remember we've got over half distance left in this race. Blaz is going to lose the lead in the championship. So Blaz needs to get up to, if Prize Kumquat wins, you'll have to bear with me a second, guys, because my maths is awful. I got a C in GCSE. That's the highlight of my maths education. But I think if Prize wins this race, then I think that Blaz needs to get up to Prize in the pit. So we got all the top guys in the pits. Thank you for saving me there. And not that bad. He's going on the medium tyres here. Prize is out of the pits on the medium tyres. Medium tyres and also medium tyres for Hunter. Hunter's got a penalty though. Is this going to cause him any mischief? I don't think it is. And look, Murphy is now all over the back of Physico, and he's coming through Blanchimont now. And yeah, so Sean says I've just been having a quick look and seeing what the drivers are talking about, and they have been chatting about whether it should have been a restart or not. To be honest, if that was real Formula One, that would have been a red flag restart, and I think it would have been a whole new race because of because the track was blocked. And not only that, it was just track blocked, and that was a huge accident. And so now Murphy, Physico, he's having a look there, but Physico closes the door now, coming up to Eau Rouge and Ratlion now. See, he's going to lose a bit of downforce coming up here, but that was very well controlled from Murphy. Now he's on the coming straight DRS enabled. He's got to be within 1 second, which he is. He is in 1 second. Murphy, Bilton comes into the pits, and his teammate, and he's up the inside, track positioning coming into Lake Com. Good time, good, nicely done there from Murphy. So Murphy now up in the 4th position. Blaz is now going to be all over the back as well. So as out is Matt, he's on the soft tyres. He's going to be able to get to the end on the soft tyres. That'll be a mega stint if he does, unless he's going to go on the super soft towards the end. So Physico dropped down to 5th, but remember he's got to go. He's going to go to the end. I don't think those super softs are going to last Murphy to the end, and nor Blaz. So I think that those guys are going to have to come to the pits. So Prize is leading, 2nd is not that bad, 3rd is Hunter. All those guys are going to go to the end now. So for Blaz to retain the championship lead, he has to be within 15 points. Oh god, where's my calculator? So yeah, but base at the moment he is 9 points behind. So he has to get, I think, he'll have to get up into at least third position for him to retain the championship. And at the moment, that is a massive act. He's 16 points behind Hunter, and Hunter, well, he's 16 seconds behind Hunter, and Hunter's already made a stop. Well, probably even 17 now. So now he's all over the back of Physico, and he's still got to make a stop, I'm assuming. So Blaz has now got DRS. Physico's done a good job on this lap. Murphy's in the pits. So Murphy is in the pits, and he's now going to go into the medium tires, I believe. So as you can see, they've got both these guys have got DRS. So Physico's got DRS, but Blad's gone up the inside track position into last source. Has he gone wide? He has gone wide. What does Physico do? Is he going to come up the inside? Not quite. Where Blaz has done 9 laps on those soft tires. Physico has on new medium tires and he's going to the end, coming to Eau Rouge and Radio now. Look at this, look how perilous it is going up there, but Blaz is now under a lot of pressure, the championship leader. It's not going well for Blaz this afternoon because he looked very quick for pole position, but unfortunately he didn't get it. And on the outside, Physico goes down, Blaz there. Very wise decision from Blaz there, because of course Blaz in the last season did have a lot of DNFs, didn't he? And I think that's the new Blaz, isn't it? This season, that just underlines sensible drawing there from Blaz. He's on non-lap soft tires. His races are going to be with himself and Murphy, and maybe they'll get Physico a bit later on in this race. Not that bad. It's only a second behind Kumquat now, so Kumquat is going to have to keep an eye on not that bad, because yeah, he's because we were saying in the commentary, Dave Shaw and me was saying that he's one of those quiet drivers, solid if not spectacular driver, but sometimes you need that. He's in DRS range, not that bad is. So, and you can see he has got it. So I tell you what, Prize is a very similar driver to Vanquish, and I'd like to see them to have a good old race. I'm looking forward to seeing Blaz get promoted to the Elite as well next season. Well, I hope that is the case, because to be honest, I like Blaz in this league, but I'd like to see him against the top guys in there as well. I'd like to see Kumquat against the top guys as well. So, because to be fair, I think that I don't think I've ever seen Nosey, because Nosey has had I think has had a couple of issues with DNFs as well, because in Australia he was very unlucky. He seems to be on the wrong place at the wrong time for Nosey. But he is still within striking distance of the championship, and he's going to take the lead at the moment. He has got 10 laps to go. Not that bad. Is all over the back of him. So this is where the pressure is going to be on, but for Prize. But this is the time to strike. Physico now back up to fifth. Murphy and Blaz. But Blaz had a monster of an now. But look at this, Murphy now going on the outside of Blaz, and Murphy is through and up in the 5th position. That was a great outlap from Murphy. To be honest, his undercut very powerful around here. I still rather have a fresh start. Murphy's got a 3-second penalty there for cutting the chicane. But you see, I don't know. Look at this. Now Blaz is gaining. He has got his errors only up halfway, and he's on the outside. As Murphy got the inside, but Murphy just doesn't really make much of a fight there. He's down to 6 now on the medium tyre. But now we're going to join the battle from front then. Not that bad then. He's now all over the back of Kumquat, of course, our favourite Peru driver. So Nosey, who changed his name, of course, part of the PSN name change. And I think it's some kind of fruit. We had this discussion, didn't we? And to be honest, it's caused a great debate, hasn't it? It's supposed to be like if we had fan boost, I wonder if I reckon the Prize might actually, it'd be like our who usually wins the fan boost? I think Daniel App used to win them all the time, didn't he, in Formula E? Now he's all over the back. Prize he's in the DRS opening. Prize is on is going on the outside, on the inside. Not the Bad's on the outside. He's up the inside. He's got it. Prize with some great pace there, and he takes the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix. Murphy's still over the back of Blaz now in the battle for 5th position, but not that bad. Again, just pounding in those laps, and is now leading the Belgian Grand Prix. What is Kumquat going to do? Has he got the pace? He's got the pace to keep with her. As Murphy has got DRS on Blaz at the moment. Lap 13 out of 22. Race order, not the bad. It's just taking the lead from Kumquat. That is great consistency there. And I think that overall Kumquat might be a faster driver, but not that bad in race trim. It's definitely he's like a Fernando Alonso, isn't he? He's very He's maybe not the fastest qualifier, but definitely one of the better racers, isn't he, in this league? Not that bad. Leads then by 2/10 of a second from Kumquat. Hunter is further adrift in third position at the moment in the Ferrari. No, what's happened? And he's got on the outside of Blanchimont there, and that's a great overtaking manoeuvre for Staffen S then. But no, it's not that bad. Going to have a look then. He's going on the outside. He's going to switch back for the inside. The bus stop scheme is very hard to overtake because he will have a chance into last source. Last source is not usually a overtaking manoeuvre, but not overtaking place, but he'll definitely give it a go. He's going. You see, he's positioning his car. Look how he's positioning his car. He's trying to. He doesn't want to be in the dirty area, and now he's going to. He can't have too much of a run. If you have a good run down here, and you can get compromised into a roof, which will leave you struggling on the Kemmel Straight. He is just far enough back now. I think he's timed that beautifully well. And now he's pulled out. And we got a great battle for the lead. And not that bad. Retakes the lead on lap 14 out of 22. What a race between these guys. Remember, these guys could be championship rivals later on in the season. This thing if anything, because anything can happen, as we've seen today. And the championship leader is Blas, is down in 5th position. But we was expecting Blas to take a pole position, but he didn't, and then unfortunately got caught up in all that mischief which happened off the line. And so we're just on board Murphy now in the Mercedes, and Matt is now hunting down Double, who is in 7th position mode. Double is 22 seconds back, mainly because he's lost a lot of chunk of time though because of what happened at the start where he had to queue. And just a reminder, we lost all the retirements is from that huge first turn 1 incident. Yeah, imagine the '98 Belgian Grand Prix. It was like that, but without the rain. It was incredible. We think the Murphy might have had a problem with his connection or something because he had a red X when we was looking with the onboard footage. And again, Prize he is all over the back of not that bad, but I think both these guys are harvesting. They are harvesting. They've got the same idea. But Prize, of course, has got the slipstream. He's having a look. He's not going to go for it there. I don't think he's going to cut on the inside. No, not quite. So not that bad retains the lead this time around. Murphy is now second behind Blas, so we're going to stay with this battle here. The battle for the lead at the Belgian Grand Prix, lap 15 out of 22. It's a very long lap, this is. So even though it's only 22 laps, it is quite a long lap around here. He's now coming to lose. Price is dropping off a bit now. He's quite far back here, but I think that might be a perfect distance. Because he should have the toe. He's got DRS. I think he's too far back though. I think. As not bad is actually really it's really high on the earth as now they come into Lake Com, and so we just got a couple more views coming in now. Let's just take a look as think I feel that it's difficult to it's difficult. Yeah, I know it's a difficult call, to be honest. I think if this was a natural F1 race, they would have restarted the race. Don't get me wrong, this is a great battle for the lead. I'm really enjoying this battle for the lead as well. Look, both these guys are leaving it on track, and that's what they should be doing. Double's in the pits, so Double is in the pits now, so he's going to go into soft tire to the end of the race. The question is Matt going to be able to get those tires to the end? So we have got a couple of good battles out there. Blas and Murphy still haven't finished that battle. Physico is 11 seconds in front of Blas, 10 seconds now. We got battle for the lead. Hunter is all alone at the moment, but he's in the podium position. So now out comes Double. Is he going to have? He's going to have 5 lap younger tires, which is a massive advantage. Car number 99. Double is same car number as Giovinazzi. I think it is Giovinazzi. It's not Giovinazzi. I don't know, we might start a debate about that. I think it's Giovinazzi. That's what the GP2 commentator used to say. And now coming up to Radion and Rouge, and now he's 6 tenths behind again, so it's the same as last time. You can see that he dropped down a gear there, Kumquat did. As we were talking about in qualifying about how difficult it is to use manual gears, but if you master manual gears, you will gain a lot of time. So traction control as well. If you turn traction control down to medium, you will gain a second in a couple of races. It's like because I think I was talking with Dan Murphy actually when we was just having a quick race in Bahrain a couple of days ago. And he was saying about how about how much traction control really gains you around that circuit. It's a massive amount of time, and you gained a lot of time as well when to manual gears as well. So I think this all you aspiring F1 drivers out there, if you want to get quicker, I would probably want. This is from the drivers, not from me, because to be honest, I'm not very quick. as you heard in the qualifying show, I lost my super license. No, I didn't. No, yeah. So we're just watching that Battle League. But yeah, if you want to get quicker, firstly try and get traction control down to medium. It's a very big step as well, because of course, especially if you've like hammered the throttle home. If you hammer the throttle, then of course you will spin up the rear tires. But if you use manual gears, then that will dull the power, which will mean less likely to spin as well. And you'll also be quicker in the entry to corners and apex as well. Matt gets a multiple warnings. They're on lap 17 out of 20. This race has flown by. We've only 8 cars in there, but yet these guys have given us a great show. So as we said, as just a race recap, the main talking point here is that massive 10-car pile-up at the start, just coming out of the last source. And I've fortunately, from the driver's eye that we've seen, it looks like the Murphy's had a problem with his connection, and he's at 6 at the moment. But of course, there's 2 sides to every story. So hopefully we'll see what was going on. But that is a massive accident. And to be honest though, it's such a shame for the drivers though, isn't it? I remember when I was driving in this league, I was going on time trial, going around practicing, trying to get within. Because of course you could see previous times when you had on the trends list, and I used to aim for my teammates' time. Of course, Hunter, so I was never anywhere near. but that showed the level that I need to be at to race in this league. And this, of course, this is the Super League. Of course, we have the Elite League, which is just a step above. But the pace is still fraught in this league as well. So it's not called the Super League for nothing. It's like the Elite League is not called the Elite League for nothing. So the pace is still very quicker in both leagues. And if you want to be, you have to be at a certain level. Of course, we do love, first and foremost, we do love clean drivers, but also you've got to be a quick driver as well. And to be fair, I think that all these guys in here are very quick as well. But yeah, they do practice. You've got to keep practicing double, as Matt's coming into the pits now, and he'll be on the super soft tire, so he's going to be a man to watch as he comes out of the pits now. So double is going to have to step on it. He's going to have to double his efforts. Oh dear. As he comes out of the pits now, Matt does, and he's this is where the accident took place, just here. You can see we still have a bit of debris on the outside of the corner, on the outside of the track there. Not that bad. It's now stretched his lead over Prize. So Prize there. So this is a great race for Not That Bad. Brilliant stuff. And as we compare Not That Bad to Fernando Alonso, of course, Not That Bad is actually driving Fernando's old car back in the day. Of course, Fernando won both his championships with the Enstone team, of course, which was badged as Renault because they had a nice blue and yellow livery. I do quite like the yellow and black livery. I think I do prefer the blue and yellow livery, I must say. Yeah, and of course, but Not That Bad there is going to take some more points out of the guys at the top. So as things stand at the moment, but yeah, so this is not as a bad day as Blas may have feared at the moment, because Prize is only second at the moment, albeit he's 8 tenths behind, and he's still starting to catch up on Not That Bad. Blas is also now 4 seconds behind Physico. The Physico has done 11 laps on those medium tyres, almost double the stint of Blas, so Blas will have a tyre advantage, but he's only got 4 laps to do it, so he has to take a second out per lap on Physico. Can he do it? So we're going to keep an eye on that. And remember, we've got Bilton also on the super soft tyre as well, and Physico's got a 3-second penalty. That might be enough. And so if that is the case, then Blas would be on 12 points in 4th position, and Prize will be on 18. So that's 6 points different, which means that Blas will still retain the driver, the championship. I think as it stands at the moment, he was still leading the championship anyway, because he's on 10, I think, at the moment. And so 8 points. Yeah, there's no points gap, so it'll be a point at the top of the table. That is incredible. How close is that? That's amazing. So yeah, this championship is far from over. So yeah, Prize needs to get on with it if he wants to take the lead of the championship. This might be a missed opportunity for Prize, And to be honest, it just shows how quick Not That Bad is, doesn't it? So I think we was making a lot of punts at the beginning of the season, wasn't we? But Not That Bad is actually not that bad. We're on board now with Prize, as he is he's about a second and a bit behind. Not that bad. So yeah, at the moment, and it's things standing. Prize will not be leading the championship. So either Blast finishes 5th or 4th, he will not be leading the championship. The question is though, but so Prize needs to either get in front of Not That Bad, or Murphy needs to get in front of Blaz. So you can see we've got a bit of traffic coming up. Blaz is now only 90. He's within DRS range of Physico now in the battle for 4th. As you can see, Double, who's to be honest, Double is one of the most drivers that's so aware out there. It's good. It's great to see Double is. I think in terms of we're going to go and have a look at this battle now for 4th and 5th position. It's very to be honest, when you're getting lapped, you have to be aware. And look at that, Matt is flying out there on the super soft tyres. He's now just under a second behind. So we now got 2 battles, and we've got the battle for 7th and 8th. We've also got the battle for 4th and 5th. Coming into Puyong now. We're on lap 20 out of 22. Blaz said, yeah, I think the Matt just underlined how quick he is, and he's going to go right. Now he's going to switch back here. We're going to just keep on Blaz and Physico. Matt's going to go on the outside. Double has got the inside here, but oh my! This is going to be a Mark Webber move, isn't it? He's done it. Wow! What a move! What a move from Matt. That's an incredible lap. That's an incredible move from Matt there. He's done a similar thing to what Mark Webber did on Alonso in 2011. That is a great. And look, now we're on board with Blaz, and he's on the inside coming into Blanche from one. This is very brave, very brave. Physico is hanging it out to dry. This is going to be. I'm going to close my eyes. And he's now got the inside coming to the bus stop chicane. He's up the inside. Is he going to break later? That's great defending from Physico. He's overshot slightly, but Blaz just holding back because he knows he's got the tire life. Now he's got momentum. That is great driving from both guys. Brilliant driving. But now Physico is going to have a look. But oh, he's going to have a look. He's gone for it, and he's going to overshot it there. I think that was a bit late from Physico there. But he's come back on track. It's Blaz. Oh, that's very close to the wall. Very close to the wall. And Blaz now goes up into 4th position. 5th for Physico. That was very perilous. But Physico is having a look. He's having a look. He's very. Look at this. He's very leery. And Blaz is just being very cautious here. Blaz is definitely thinking about his championship, isn't he? That just shows the capacity of these guys, because they're thinking about not just about the racing, but about about what position they are in the championship, and also this is helping Murphy though come back at Blaz for the battle for 4th position. Brilliant racing from both of those guys. Physico did have a bit of a dive bomb into last source, but wow, brilliant stuff. And we just seen an amazing move from Matt in double there into Eau Rouge. That was incredible maneuver there. What's going to be the move of the race? I think that might be the move of the race from Matt. Of course, yes, he did. He's on super soft tyres compared to double on soft, so he did have the grip advantage. But that was very brave indeed, because that could have been an airplane crash. And so very similar to the ultimate Mark Webber there. Good stuff. And we're now back with Blaz at the moment. We're on lap 21 out of 22. We got 2 laps to go now. Blaz has got to get this move done quickly, because Murphy is now in 2.7 seconds of this battle here. So race order, not that bad. It's now leading by a second. Prize is second. This is a massive blow for Kumquat in the championship, because unfortunately he is not leading the championship at the moment. My maths might be wrong, and if it is, I'm sorry if I mislead you. Blaz has overshot it there. He's gone more. That's a 5-second stop and go penalty. That is a bit. No, I don't. No, that's not right. I don't think Blaz. I don't think that he was avoiding. He was avoiding Physico there. Blaz was, and yeah, that's not a 5-second stop and go penalty. 14 track limits. No, that was avoiding it. So yeah, that's unfortunate for Blaz there. But now Blaz is. Physico's done some great defending today, I've got to say. I've really thoroughly enjoyed this. Anyway, yeah, but we'll go back to the race order in a minute when we go into the second sector, where it'll be a bit calmer. Now they're on the Kemmel Straight. Physico is going to the middle of the track. On the outside now is Blaz. Blaz is on the outside. He is turning the ears right up, but Physico again goes very wide into Lake Calm. Very similar to Schumacher in the Hill in 95. This is great stuff. Now he's going to go on the inside as Physico there. Now Blaz is going to go to the outside. Now Physico they're running going on the inside there. It's down to a second between himself and Murphy now in the battle for so Murphy is just coming running in the corner of No Name. Now coming into Puyong now is they said no, we're taking manoeuvre, is it? I don't think it is, but But you've seen these guys are just leaving it on the track, and this is what we like to see. Now coming up to, I don't think there's no way around here, so he will wait until the bus stop now. But Physico is looking very good defensively at the bus stop. We're on the last lap. Not that bad. Is starting the final tour of the Belgian Grand Prix, and hope we'll see. I'd like to see what's going on there. But these guys are. But of course we'll have a look at Not That Bad in a minute, because this is Not That Bad. It's definitely a great win today. He beat Prize in a one-on-one competition, and that is not something to sneeze at. And we're now on board then with Blaz as he comes around Blanchimont going on the outside into the bus stop chicane. He breaks much later because of that. Look, oh, and Physical there, just a bit of contact there. Did he break his front wing? Physical very robust in his defending now, and coming up to last source as Blaz he's going to go on the outside, and we're on board Blaz again. Murphy is just fluctuated. He's gone very deep in it. What Physical again? He forced him out wide, but Blaz is going to use the extra runoff error, and this is going to get very messy for Blaz there again. Drops back. Murphy is right behind him as well, coming up to now right on the Rouge. And look at this, very close, very close. Is he going to have to double the power? And Blaz has got another 3 second penalty. That's at least 8 in the last couple of laps. He's on the outside. DRS is available. Look at that, using all the track and then some. Now he's on the outside. Now he cuts Physical up. Is Physical going to go for it? He's having a look. He's going. Oh, he is going for it. That's contact. That is contact between Physical and Blaz. And well, I think he was too far back there. But Blaz is up into 4th, Murphy is 5th, Physico recovering in 6th position. I think I was too far back there. And Not That Bad wins, and he underlines it with a incredible... No, he doesn't. Prize wins. Prize has won the Belgian Grand Prix. He will take the lead in the championship. Prize wins the Belgian Grand Prix. That is a... Wow, and Not That Bad, unfortunately. 5/10 away from winning. Wow. Well, I'm sorry I missed that, guys, but... great stuff. So Prize had it all under control after all. Well, 5/10s under control. Well, I don't know. These guys are pretty good. And Hunter and Fribs completes the podium. Now Blaz has had a great battle with Physico. I think that Physico might have been we've got a yellow flag, and that's why we've had a massive accident in the end. And luckily that's the end of the race. So these guys, yeah. So Matt finishes 7th, 8th is double. So these guys are going to be 4th, 5th and 6th. What order are they going to be in? Blaz crosses the line. Murphy crosses the line. So that's 4th and 5th. What about Physico? Physico is going to... Whoa! Physico is going to cross the line now. And where does he finish? He finishes 6th. There's going to be a lot of talking points after that race. Yeah, I think the first corner accident is going to be the main. It's going to be the main chatter, I think, and I think that it's going to be like Belgium '98, where we're going to hear a lot of fallout from that. But Kumquat won by half a second. Brilliant stuff, and he takes the lead now in the championship. I think, if my math is correct, which it almost certainly isn't, but I think. Prize there is now leading the championship, and I think he'll be able to move. Hunter in a 3rd position. I think he had a bit of a boring race in the end. Hunter did not that bad of chasing Prize right down to the end, and he even underlined that with a great fastest lap towards the end of the race. Then amazing stuff. And so look at that, and Prize clean race, clean as a whistle as well. So that just and in the end that won him. So consistency is everything. So 2nd position, not that bad. 5/10 of a second. That 3 second penalty costing the win today. Hunter 3rd position. Blaz, who got a 11 second penalty in 4th, and he's lost the championship lead now. Murphy is 5th position. 6th position, and he's got 13 second penalty. Physico is in at 6th position. Matt finishes 7th. 8th position is double, so good drive from double today, just avoiding it. It's going to be difficult to determine the driver of the day. So retirements is Broke Gorilla, is Kingsburg, Penny, Koga, Snap, Roscoe, and the rest. Yeah, you can see the scene of the accident. It's just down the bottom of the hill there, and yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of talking points after that accident. So that was the Belgian Grand Prix. That was round 13. We got a new championship leader in Nolsey, as Nolsey, and Blance had a very difficult day out there today. He did finish 4th. He was a lot better than what other drivers had to them today. Of course, in a week's time, we will be back for the Temple of Speed Monza for the Italian Grand Prix, Ferrari's home circuit. So hopefully we'll see both Ferraris do well. With the winners have joined us now of Nolsey, aka Prize Kumquat. Blaz has also joined us as well. Guys, incredible race. Unfortunately, we lost almost half the field off the bat there. But Nolsey, you are leading the championship as far as I'm aware. That's not official.
So, yeah.
So
yeah,
what?
I'm not sure, but
Yeah, you're leading now.
Sorry, Blast. Prize, what a race! And I was getting really excited between you and Not That Bad. But did you know that Not That Bad had a penalty?
I knew he had a penalty. Well, basically, we both pit on the same lap. I thought he might have stayed out an extra lap because I did two laps in Q2 on the softs, whereas he did one, I think. So I thought he might stay out an extra lap, and I had 4.8 seconds gap back to him when I pit, and I thought, well, that's enough time to get in, put some tyres on, and then let them to let me out before he gets by. And apparently it wasn't. So I got a bit pissed off at my mechanics for that one. But yeah, so after that he was about second behind me from then, and I just checked with Jeffy until he had 3 seconds, and then I thought I'll play a bit of cat and mouse with him and just let him go. And then he almost tried to sort of get, well, he almost won it actually on the last lap, because I think he was just saving everything and then turned it all up on the last lap. Yeah, I had a bit to spare just to keep up with him on that one.
I was going to say that was either amazingly judged or very close. So I was getting, yeah. So well done, Price. You're now leading the championship. How are you feeling then with the races remaining? We got Monza next. Is that a good track for you?
Yeah, I like Monza. I'm pretty confident we're around there. Singapore, I'm a big fan of, which is a street circuit. And then yeah, I think probably the worst one around that I've got left is Japan. So yeah, I'm pretty confident with the rest of it, hopefully.
Excellent. Well done. Congratulations, Prize. Amazing stuff. We'll come to Blaz next. Who's Blaz, who was the championship leader up until this race, but unfortunately, a series of unfortunate events in the opening. After the first corner, it was chaos. Blaz, what happened in the first corner? I've seen a couple of points of view from other drivers, but what was your take on it?
Dan Murphy hit me, dive bombed to me in the first corner, and I hit then nodded the bet.
Oh. No, it's so unfortunate. That's unfortunate, really. That first corner, but I really enjoyed your battle with you and Physico. That was amazing stuff. It got a bit violent towards the end, though, didn't it? Especially with that dive bod up into Lake Arm. I was closing my eyes there.
He was quick. I think he deserved that. I think the best driver today.
Yeah, I think Physico had a great drive today, but I also got to commend you on your maturity as well, because there was a couple of times where you just backed out and you kind of pulled back and thought about what you was going to do next. That was very impressive, wasn't it? I think that could be a thing that might help you win this championship.
Yeah, maybe.
Not giving too much away there. Cheers, Blaz. Well done. Next we got in the party.
Double.
I know. I've said double in the party. We will come to double in a minute, because before we go to. Oh well, you could always enable your voice if you want, because we love to have you on the YouTube, and it's in your thoughts. We'll come to you in a minute though, double, if that's all right, because before then we're going to go to Hunter, who had a bit of a lonely race out there in third position, but I really enjoyed your battle with you and Not That Bad at the beginning of the race.
Yeah, I didn't really have that much race pace. I've got a little bit of ring damage from turn one, but obviously managed to get into second and miss whatever the hell happened behind me.
No, I do.
So I don't even know. All I've had is a group chat moaning of people, but I went, and then I managed to keep them behind me for a couple of laps, but as soon as DRS was enabled, that was it. It was gone, and I didn't have the pace to keep up with anyone. It was more just making sure my gap behind was decent, and then I was playing little games as I was driving along. I was a bit bored.
Yeah, obviously say it was a bit of a lonely race. In terms of turn one, then, what was your? Did you see what happened behind you? You probably didn't really, because it was all kind of chaos behind.
No, like I say, I went wide at turn one. I got a bit of damage, and I had to take a bit of the escape road. But I was up to second, and then next thing I knew, VSC was out, and then I just saw about 12 names just come under my screen every minute when someone else is retired, someone's retired, someone's retired, and then that was it. So I have no idea what happened behind me. Like I said, I was up to second, and I was halfway gone when the VSC come out, so I have no idea what happened.
No worries.
It was bliss.
And we'll come to that double. What, to be honest, I was saying in the commentary box about how you seem to your consistency just seems to get you to the end of the race, and it's very hard to complete the races. But what was your view on that first corner? Because I was waiting for you to get disqualified, because unfortunately
I was reversing and letting my car roll again.
very
I
tactical.
reversed, then made it roll, reversed and rolled because it was counting me out.
but
Everyone else went. I was waiting for the cars to clear. I just see a silver sideways.
I tell you what though, I think that was very good as well, because there was another driver that just sat there and got disqualified, unfortunately, for parking in a dangerous place, and I was expecting you to do the same, but yeah, you were rolling and you kept the car moving, which I think helped you in the end. Did you enjoy your battle with you and Max? I was enjoying that battle as well, albeit they was on Max on super soft tires and you was on the soft tire. But did you enjoy that battle?
It's alright.
Cool.
My race was compromised at the start. I had to sit there and I was watching all the cars, dots on the track going round. I was thinking, I'm miles away now.
Yeah, I think that was a bit unfair, really, because to be honest, we'll have a discussion in a minute about whether that should have been a race restart or not. Asdog is joined as well. Asdog, who is unfortunately was caught up in that massive accident. What was your view on it?
Restart.
It was quite tight. A couple of touches going into the first turn, it settled down, and then next thing I saw was Breckelman's coming off Dave's show after an incident between, it looked like Dan, I think it was, Murphy. Back end touched Blaz, bounced off into Dave's show. Dave's show went into the barrier. Breckelman's went into the other barrier. I went into another 2 or 3 cars. There was no room. And then behind me, the video footage I've seen what's happened behind me is like, wow, 100% it should have been a restart.
You watch my video later, Alan.
That was a real life F1 race. That would have been a red flag and a restart.
That was a court instant ages ago.
To have more than half the league out is disgusting.
To be honest, though, I think ironically I was saying about '98 Belgium, and to be honest, that was quite reminiscent, wasn't it? Really, in terms of it was awful. That was that accident down there. I was actually quite surprised that the race did continue. But does anyone else have any opinions in terms of that accident?
Definitely restart.
I can say from what I've seen in chat, personal chat between the drivers. Every single driver, at least 8 or 9 drivers that are up for about.
Yeah, so they were in front of me.
Restart. I mean, there's 4 or 5.
End of the day, if an advert was if a restart was going to happen, then the admins should have made it happen straight away. They didn't
What gets me is you have admins to run a league in a good place so that you can attract drivers and take the league further. The admins on this, 4 admins, 3 of them said to restart. 1 admin, Matt Sneed, I'll name you out, said no restart. How can you say when 3 out of 4 admins say restart straight away after not even a lap, and it doesn't happen? To me, that's.
Where was it? Where was that said though? Was it said in the chat, or was it said on
the
strip on
the?
the?
It's all said in the chat.
It was said in the chat, mate, because it was going on about it until we got to that turn.
Dave shows. Steve Penny said that he wanted a restart. Snap wanted a restart. Steve Yeaman, whatever he's called, wanted a restart. and Matt said
Well,
no restart. So
We'll continue this chat maybe next week for Monza, but unfortunately a lot of drivers was out before we even got to the end of the first lap. But congratulations.
yeah, I know what you're saying, but like my last note is you don't get restarts in F1, but on rare occasions one should be called for, and I believe this was one of them.
I'd love to have cars ghosting on this track.
No, I've been took out before because one car crashed out in front of me and I went into it. I had no problems with that. My issue is, there's over half the league what was affected. There was nowhere to go for any of us.
There's definitely nowhere for me.
Looking at that video, it was caused after the VSC. Well, the actual pileup was caused after the VSC came out. I'm not saying there's anything like why it shouldn't be red flag or anything, but I'm just saying whoever caused that after the VSC is at fault, and
well,
there's nothing
like
else
I
they can do on it.
Matt hasn't seen half the videos, Matt hasn't seen the comments. Hopefully he'll look at the comments and he'll say we redo Spa maybe. I ain't got a clue, but something needs to happen.
Anyway, guys, congratulations to Kumquat for.
Congratulations to them what made it.
Yeah. And Kumquat now leads the. Now leads the.
No bad feelings to any of them. It's just, in my view, it should have been restarted. If you don't get restarted, congratulations to them what finished, and Knowsley will win it. So.
Yeah, it was a very good drive from Knowsley. But we'll update you as on the Facebook page as what's going on. But if it's normal service will resume next week for the Elite and the Super guys on Wednesdays and Thursdays from Monza. But from then, goodbye.